Today I wanted to look at what this is. It's DJI's microphone. I've been using it for a couple of weeks now and I think it's the best all-in-one mic system for creators. DJI is well known for their drones and their camera equipment, and something that they've started to branch out into is their microphone setup. I think it's important to have a microphone set up for any creator, or even if you're just capturing video content when you're out, adventure camera, vlogging, or on travel. You still want to have really clear audio. You want to be able to hear things clearly. And this microphone setup makes it really simple for the everyday user to simply click and plug in a couple of things and get started with recording studio quality sound. First, I'll go into the hardware. We'll take a look at what's in the actual microphone system. Second, we'll look at the features, just what this mic can do, what it's capable of doing. And finally, we'll look at how to set this up and use it, and how it applies to everyday content creators and people capturing video. So if we take a quick look at the charging case that it comes in, so you can see here, if I hold it up a little bit closer, it's a really high build quality. It reminds me a lot of like the AirPods and the Samsung earbuds that you would get for your mobile device, but it is a charging case and there's a USB-C charging port right here. The DJI's microphone setup comes with 2 microphones and 1 receiver. Now I've got the receiver plugged in to my Action Cam 2 here. It simply hooks on with a USB-C magnetic attachment, and the actual microphones are quite small. There's a little clip on the back which is what you would use to clip onto the subject or person that's you're capturing audio from. A couple of buttons down the side here, a power button and the USB-C. We'll get into what these buttons do a little bit later in the video, so stay tuned for that. The USB-C charging port, and also the microphone is up the top here. So it is an exposed microphone. Now you can see on me I've got a windscreen accessory that does come with this microphone, which is also really cool. And all in all, you get everything that you would need to, right out of the box, simply plug in and start recording audio. This microphone system also comes with a magnetic attachment for an iPhone. So on the actual receiver, you'll be able to swap out the attachments, plug that into your iPhone, and simply use it to capture really clear and crisp audio. The other attachment that's missing here is the USB-C that's plugged in at the moment. You'll see on the video that I'm showing right now that, again, it's really simple to get started with this, and that's why I love this microphone system. The other really cool little accessory that you do get straight out of the box is the actual magnetic mounts that you can use to connect your mic to a subject. So the way I've got this microphone attached, I've simply got this magnet inside my t-shirt and then the mic on the outside, and as you can see, it's quite strong. It holds firm, and that's what I love about DJI's new system, is that these magnets make it so easy to, clip and unclip. The final attachment that comes in the charging case is a horseshoe attachment for any normal camera. So you would simply just unclip that. It is a magnet, and your transmitter would clip in to the bottom here, and then it would then sit on top of a camera. And because it's magnetic, it'll simply slide in and then hold strong and firm onto your actual transmitter. So that is great for someone who wants to use a standard camera or something that you may be using already to vlog with that's different to an action cam or a mobile device, for example. So, your traditional cameras, this is the accessory that you would use. Now, in addition to the charging case, you obviously get 2 windscreens to pop onto your mic, and applying these are really simple. So if you are filming outdoors, or you're filming in a place which has some ambient noise, or you want to add that pop filter effect, then all you got to do is match the bottom of the windscreen up. You'll see there, it's just got this little clip-in round circle plastic that you marry up to the actual mic. So to get this attached, you're just looking for those 2 circles to match, and then a really easy twist, and then now you've got your windscreen mounted and ready to go on your mic. So straight out of the box, you've got just about every piece of hardware you would need, from the receiver, 2 mics, the magnetic mounting attachments, you've got the different horseshoe attachments for cameras, So it does have a versatile range of ways that you can actually use this mic, and you can just roll, not worry about having to get good sound because your hardware is not working properly, or you don't have it positioned correctly, or it's showing and it looks unprofessional in your videos. And maybe you're someone that's capturing action cam footage and you want something that is a little hidden and you can't really see, and it's going to be able to actually deal with the durability side of things of moving around and being active. Then these magnetic mounts are really, really cool. Now you can also attach this to the DJI Action 2 lanyard. Because it is a magnet system, the mic will actually clip straight onto the lanyard, and you could also use it that way if you are if you're someone that already has that. But again, you don't have to go out and purchase this magnet mount. Now on the front of the case, you do have a little bit hard to see on the video here, but you've got 4 lights that light up and indicate how much battery is left. So all in all, it's an amazing little piece of hardware that is able to capture studio quality sound and makes life for creators so much easier. Before we move to the next part of this video, I want to make sure that you are subscribed to my channel. That's the best way to support me, but also to make sure that you are tuned in for all the different pieces of content that I'm pushing out weekly. Let's talk a little bit about the features of this microphone system. And the first thing that is, I think, a bit groundbreaking when it comes to mic systems that are plug and play like this is having the ability to either record in mono or stereo. So to break down what mono is versus stereo without getting into too much detail is mono captures sound from both microphones onto one channel and makes the editing process really simple, whereas stereo, you would be able to capture sound from the left versus the right depending on where these microphones are situated. So if you have a podcast style setup and you want the person on the left to have one mic and the person on the right to have one mic, then by having it set in stereo mode, you'll be able to hear audio from the left speaker for the person speaking from the left, from the right speaker for the person speaking from the right. Now that might not matter to you. You might be a solo creator like me and you want to simply just go out and click record and capture video and audio at a high quality. If that's the case, I generally record in mono, and I think most people would, but for all the audio people out there, you'll know how important it is to have the flexibility to record in stereo if you wanted to. Now each of these mics, once charged, gives you 15 hours of battery life, which is amazing. It also has an 8 gig of internal storage inside of this. So if you wanted to capture audio locally without a transmitter, you could just take this mic or this one or both, take it out wherever you're going, click record, stop the recording on the mic locally, and then once it's done, you just pack it up into the box, back onto your laptop, and then export your audio. It sort of depends how you want to film and capture your video and audio. I generally like to have it all on the one file, and the best way to do that is having my audio come through the transmitter so that my audio and video is matched up. But if you're someone that's looking to just walk around with this and maybe do podcasts or interviews, then this is also a great option because you don't need a transmitter, you don't need a whole bunch of equipment. You take your 2 mics and you put it in your carry bag, you take it out, and you simply start recording. It's that simple with these microphones. The other reason that I invested in this microphone system is because I wanted the flexibility of being able to record being away from the camera. My content that I create for my YouTube channel is tutorial based, but it's also a lot of speaking and a little bit of vlogging too. So for that, I wanted a microphone system that I didn't always have to have the camera sort of out in front of me or directed at me to capture clean audio. So if I was flying a drone or I was doing some B-roll and I wanted to capture the audio around me, I wanted to be able to set my camera down and have the flexibility and freedom to move around and still capture amazing audio. This microphone system gives me that ability and that flexibility that I'm looking for. Up to 250 meters of range on these microphones is an enormous range of audio that you can capture. And to be honest with you, I'm probably not going to be doing that because as a solo creator, I'll be creating content that's a little bit closer to the camera, but there will be places and times where I'll actually need to be 20, 30 or 50 meters away. And when that's the case, this microphone system is going to let me do it. So to demonstrate, if I were to get up and I went and sat over here, if you were to use a microphone system straight from your camera, you wouldn't be able to get this audio, but I'll be coming through really clearly. And this is the type of flexibility that this mic system gives me, and it's another reason why I decided to invest in it. So cool. So let's talk a little bit about how you would actually use this mic and how to set it up to get started. So using this mic is, as I mentioned, really straightforward. All you've got to do is take your transmitter, take the attachment of choice. So if you are using an iPhone or it might be an action cam like I'm using today, you take the attachment out of the box, you plug it into your transmitter, and then it will simply sit in your iPhone or your action cam just like that. You'll see in the footage here that my Action 2 is securely attached to the actual transmitter. There's no wiring, there's no messy setup. Once it's plugged in, all I'm looking for is these green bars to indicate that audio is coming through clear and that it is capturing audio onto the transmitter and then onto my video. Now on the actual microphone itself, if we take a look at a couple of the buttons and what they do, so you've obviously got the power button, pretty straightforward, click and hold to turn off and click to power on. The green LED tells you that it's on, and then on the other side you've got the record button and the link button. So the link button actually is, there's a little bit of a hack with the link button because I can actually start and stop recording by clicking that. So if I've got my iPhone hooked up to the transmitter, I can be 5, 10, 20 meters away from it, and if I wanted to start recording and capture a short clip, I could click the link button once, it'd start recording, and click it again when I wanted it to stop. And that's how I use the link button. But you can also use the link button to actually get your transmitter synced up with your microphone. But generally speaking, as soon as you take it out of the box, these are linked and there shouldn't be any reason for you to have any trouble with that. But if you did, then that button is what you would need to actually get them linked. Then you've got the record button down the bottom there. And what the record button does is record. That's pretty simple. If you want to capture audio locally on this mic and you don't have your transmitter with you, simply click the record and you'll start recording audio. Click record again and then it'll stop. And then you'll be able to export it directly from here onto your PC or your MacBook. So in a studio setup like this, the mic can also be used to capture YouTube videos, talking head videos, and it's coming through really clearly right now. You could also choose to deploy both these mics at the same time if you're out and about when you are capturing B-roll, or you might want to capture some sound effects. I have also tested this by simply just leaving this on and away from the camera and where I'm talking to capture the surrounding sound effects. And that way I don't have to be going around looking for extra sound effects to apply to my videos. It might be the sound of nature, it might be the sound of a train going past, it could be rain, it could be whatever you're trying to capture. It's also a great way to capture sound effects and, you know, just take in a little bit of the ambience from an audio perspective. Also deploy both of these if you want to capture some podcast style interviews or podcast shows. You could, as I mentioned to you before, in mono or stereo. It makes it really versatile and easy to start recording that audio that you're after. So that is another example of how you could choose to use this if that's the type of content or video that you're trying to capture. Everything that I just explained to you is all you need to really understand to get started and start using this microphone. DJI just understands what solo creators need, and that's another reason why, you know, I keep gravitating towards their products. Their mic setup is by far the best I've found, and it's, yeah, if you're someone that's looking for a microphone or you've been considering getting a different one, I highly recommend the DJI Mic setup. If you're interested in checking that out, the links are in the description. That's all I got for you today. I hope you enjoyed that little review. If you did enjoy today's video, make sure to smash that like button, leave any comments for me in the comment section, and I hope to see you on the next video. Take care. Bye.